Well, hello. Today I'm going to explain what word clouds are and how you're going to complete today's word cloud activity. So let's get started. To start with, word clouds are a tool to help you basically take a lot of text and put it in some sort of graphic format where the most important words are going to pop out more. So I'm going to show you how to do this with today's assignments. So word clouds are super helpful in trying to figure out what the main idea is of something that you've read, and also to help you summarize what you've just read. So I'm going to bring up a few word clouds that I've made in the past to see if we could, you could see what this is about. So this is from the first chapter of Frankenstein, the book. And I put this in the shape of a beaker, a laboratory beaker. And you could see there's names that pop out: Ernest, Clark, Reginald, seems, work, love, life, more, upon, hand, man, mind, boy, soul. So based on this, without even reading the chapter of that book, I could see that probably the characters of that book are either Ernest, Clark, or Reginald, and they're talking about work, life, love, and maybe having some philosophical questions about life in general. But they're also talking about, like, I could see hearts. Maybe they're talking. Yeah, so like this is probably setting up the story and talking about why maybe the scientist is going to create a monster in the long run of the Frankenstein book. But this seems to be the general idea. They're having a kind of a philosophical question about life, work, and love. Once you read the book, then these are the most important vocab words or the characters that you need to be focused on. And also this could help me write a summary of this chapter when I'm done, because it's telling me, again, the most important information that's in there. And this could work pretty much with anything that you read or write. So here's another one with the book Tarzan. I have an ape in the background. There's Clayton, there's day one, office, little, captain, Alice, sailors. So they're on a ship, it looks like, British, black, mutiny. So there's a lot of stuff going on apparently on this ship. There's a Greystoke, there's some major characters listed here, but also there's some drama going on a ship somewhere, it looks like, with some sailors and some officers. So that's setting up the whole first chapter of the book's Tarzan. Hi guys, today I'm going to tell you about your assignment that you're going to work on today in class. If you don't finish it during class time today, then it does become homework, and it's due by 4 o'clock on Friday, which is tomorrow. So in Google Classroom, under Assistive Technology Unit, you'll see this little guy here, word cloud activity, with a little thumbs up in front of it. So go ahead and open that. Okay, so you're going to see a lot of instructions here, and you're going to see 3 links on this assignment. So the first thing, please follow the directions that are listed here. The instructions are also on the word cloud activity worksheet. So go ahead and open that, and then go ahead and open the Virgin Hyperloop article. And the last link is to take you to the wordart.com website. Okay, so I'm going to start by going to the word cloud activity worksheet so we can walk through each of these steps together. There are 5 steps on this assignment, so make sure you do them all. The first one is to get the article, the Virgin Hyperloop article. You're not going to read it right now. You will eventually. But you're going to just basically copy all the text from the article and copy and paste it somewhere. So this is the article. You can see it's about a little over a page long with a picture there. We're going to just Control A, or you could select everything with your mouse, and you're just going to copy. Okay? Then you're going to go to that wordart.com website. This is a word cloud website, and I like this one. So up here at the top, if you've never been here before, you could go to the sign up button and sign up using Google. The first time you go here, you might have to click on your name and allow WordArt to use your Google login. But otherwise, you'll see something like this. I have quite a few pages of stuff because I use this website a lot. But you're going to click on this red button to create. Once you get to the main page in WordArt, the left side of the page is where you're going to manipulate information, and you'll see these like gray sections over here where you're going to format and enter your information. Over here on the right side is where you're going to see your final word art, and then once you make changes on the left side, you're going to hit the red visualize button to see your changes. So let's get started. Under words here, you'll see there's a little import button. So we're going to hit import, and then in this box we're going to just paste. And don't uncheck any of these words or anything like that. We're just going to hit import. You'll see on this little like table here, it has a list of pretty much all the words in this article listed, and it has a number next to it of how many times it's used in the article. When I hit the visualize button on word art, it's going to show me what that word art will look like. The bigger the word is, the more important it is in the article because it's been used more times. Okay. And this is, again, useful because it's showing me the most important words. I could see vocabulary words that I might need to learn about. But now you could go take this a step further and format it to look the way you want it to look, because I don't like the way it looks like right now. So we're going to hit shapes, and you could choose any of the shapes in here. There's all kinds of different ones in different categories. I'm going to choose the transport one because I want it to match. This is about the Hyperloop, which is kind of a weird kind of train slash kind of transportation device. So I'm going to hit this and hit visualize. And now it looks like kind of like a train. The next option is to change the font. I don't care for this font. This is hard for me to read with my dyslexia. There's a lot of different choices here. I'm going to choose this one towards the bottom called Square 721 because it seems like a fat font that I would like. So I'm going to hit visualize here. And that to me is a lot easier to read. Choose the font that works best for you. And then you could then go to layout, and this is how the words are kind of spread out on the page. For instance, if I hit choose random and visualize, it will show the words in all kind of directions on the page. To me, that's a little hard to read. If you like it, feel free to use it. You could use any of these areas. I like the dancing words or the horizontal ones though. So I'm going to pick that and visualize it so I could see how it's going to look. That's a lot easier for me to read. I also like to change the density and just make it a little more wordy so there's less like empty space between the words. There it goes. So like it has a lot more words in there. And then the last section is style. Style is color. So I like to change the color. So I usually go to custom, and then I click any of the colors here. To get rid of the colors, you could just click on a color, and then to add a color, you would just click on the little slider and this little dot and click add to palette. And you would just do that until you get all the colors you want on your list. And if you have enough, you just hit close, and you should see it there like that. You could also choose to, like this one has a little background image. You could do that, or you could just leave it a little lower so you got a shadow of it. You could also change the background color if you would like. So I'm going to choose kind of a red one. Let's see how that looks. Oh, horrible. So I'm going to make it transparent because I think it looks better like this, or maybe I'll just click on white to make it look like white. Okay, once you're all good and you like it, I always change up here at the top where it says word art. You're going to call it your name. So I'm going to call this my Hyperloop word art, and then I'm going to hit the save button over here on the side on this blue bar. So it saves it to my wordart.com account. However, I still want to download it to use it in my worksheet. So I'm going to hit the download button here. I don't choose any of these that say HD. You have to pay for those. We're not going to pay. We're going to choose either a standard PNG or standard JPEG. Either one is fine. And when you do this, it downloads it to your computer's downloads folder. So it's down here now on your screen or in your downloads folder. I'm going to go back to my word art activity, and we've just completed step 2 there together. And then we're going to move on to step 3. Step 3 says we're going to insert the PNG, the picture, into the worksheet next to part 1 here. You can see I have it right here. So to do that, you would just click right next to the arrow, and then you could drag this right up next to it, or you could go to insert image, upload from computer, and then go to your downloads folder, and it should be right there. However, it might be too big for your page, so you could zoom it in, pull it in from the corners, and make it fit on one page. Okay, so I'm going to just make that a little smaller so it fits on the page better. And then the next step of this is we're going to answer questions for part 2. You could use voice typing or word prediction if needed. So what you're going to do is for predictions, part 2, you're going to do this step before reading the article. You're going to look at the word cloud only. What do you think the article is going to be about? So Hyperloop, it's about probably the Virgin Hyperloop designing a pod, rail, idea, system, miles. So I'm assuming it's how they designed the Virgin Hyperloop, or something like that. You come up with what you think it's going to be about. I haven't read it yet. So you're going to click up here and you're going to type a sentence, what you think, make a prediction of what this article is going to be about. So be a fortune teller. Then looking at the word cloud, are there any words that pop out to you that you don't understand what they are? And just list those words below. If you pretty much know all the words, then you can leave that blank. The next step, step number 4, is read the article. So you're going to go back to your article here, and you're going to read this article. You could use Read and Write for Google to listen to this article so you could hear it. But then once you're done reading the article, you're going to then go to step 5, which is to finish part 3 and turn it in. So part 3 is where you write. So look at your prediction. Were you correct? Was your prediction about what the article was about, was it correct? This is okay to be a yes or no answer. Or you could say, oh, it was a little correct, or not a lot. And then I want you to summarize the article now that you've read it. And also you watch that video previous to this about the Hyperloop. So I want you to summarize this article in 1 to 2 sentences. You should not be copying and pasting from the article. I want you to write it, use word prediction or voice typing to write 1 to 2 sentences summarizing the article. Now, the trick is you should be using the biggest words in here to talk about it. So think about that. The Virgin Hyperloop is probably the biggest words on it. Definitely use that. Okay? So once you're done with that, you may turn this in and you are done with this activity. Good luck.